once again, I'm going to give you the opportunity to call in with either your own personal angel encounter or stories. Maybe you believe, maybe you don't. And the number is 321-806-3159. I gave a talk this weekend on angels, and the name of my talk was Angels Within. Now, I know that there's lots of, people that, go to another person to find out their angel's name and what's my angel saying and do I have an angel and all that jazz. Well, I warned the people at this talk. Some of them may never want to see me again. They may go running out screaming. I have some different views on angels, as you might well expect. Angels are within. Yes, they can appear to be outside, but let me give you an analogy. Suppose you have a wonderful pet that you adored as a child. Spotty, good old Spotty the dog. And Spotty died. And Spotty comes to you in your dreams, or Spotty surfaces in your thoughts when you're a little despondent. Spotty is inside of you. And that's the truth with angels. They are a separate kingdom, actually. It's a kingdom that was designed by the great forces, first of all, to give reverence at all times to the source of all energy. Call it whatever you wish. Call it God, call it Zen Buddha, call it, have a good time. It doesn't matter what you call the great is. The problem with that is it is. So this kingdom was created, the angelic kingdom, is, to the best of my understanding, was created to, at all times, give reverence and honor and gratitude to that force field. And I can tell you why. I think it's because when somebody says to you, "Great job, I simply love you," you feel better. So that's its design. And part of that design is geared toward helping you and me feel better in this, what we're considering an existence outside of the is, which in truth it's not. So this great angelic kingdom is here for guidance, for inspiration, for almost anything you can conjure up. They sometimes do back away from human beings. When there's murder, when there's something very untoward, they will back away, but they won't abandon the person. So everyone's got an angel. And as I was explaining the other evening, the angels, they want to be near you. They want to be part of you. But they have to be invited in. And they also change at times. When you go through a period that's extraordinarily depressed and you're very despondent, generally there's been a changing of the guards with your own angelic force field. So you get to experience a fullness. Now I see we have a call. Shannon. Hello, Shannon.
Hello, Elaine. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you today?
Good.
Do you have a question about angels?
I have never done any work in that area, so I'm very curious about, how the work is done.
Okay. All right, stay right here with me, and you keep interrupting as I give a little bit of information, okay?
Okay.
Because it's a system, kind of very similar to the animal kingdom. You've been assigned a seeing eye dog if you're blind. I think we've each been assigned a seeing eye angel. And it's a presence. It's actually inside of us. It's the internal guidance system. You could label it angel. What I'm understanding is not appropriate. Let's suppose someone you love crosses over, your grandmother, and you loved her very much, and now you begin to think, oh, she must be my angel. No, angels are a separate kingdom. Your grandmother could become a guidance, a force field. So how do you get in touch with an angel, and what are the properties of an angel? Well, it's unconditional love, number one. It's there at all times. It's total acceptance, understanding, and protection, a lot of protection. So let's suppose you're walking down a dark street and all of a sudden you feel very frightened. Many people will actually call upon an angel and they will feel a presence come. Now, some feel it almost externally. It doesn't matter whether you're feeling it externally or internally, because quite frankly, and this is a little bit challenging to get right here, right now, but there is no Shannon. You're an energy force field, which is why the energy is neither inside of you or outside of you. It's just there as an accessory with you. Some people like to think that they have a corner on a certain angel's name. So often a person will tell me, oh yes, my guardian angel is Michael. Well, dear Michael is an archangel. There's several archangels. There's layers of angels, just as there is in our own government. There's stepping stones. There's the lower house, the upper house. So Michael is an archangel. So many people seem to think that Michael is their archangel. That makes my head spin, because the guy must be very, very busy. You have an angel. I suggest if you want to find its name, you ask it. Go to a place in nature, sit down quietly or walk along, do some breathing. Conscious breathing. And ask, are you here? Get some validation. What's your message for me? And how can I commune with you more deeply? Shannon, have you ever communicated with anyone who's crossed over?
Never.
Okay. Oh, it's time, girl. It's time. You should. It's delightful, because what it really shows you is there's no such thing as death and dying. All they've done is lighten up. And you can match that. It's called a vibrational match. If you go, here's a simple earth example. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed today, but you've got to go to the store for something. And you go in that store just gunning for trouble. And you're angst-filled. All that you can attract, 9 times out of 10, is that gal or guy behind the counter who is equally as angst-filled. Because we're a magnet. But you can magnetize anything you darn well want to. So you can magnetize insight from the angels and a greater appreciation of who they are. Of course, there's always, at this time of year, there's many books written on angels. One of the ones, it's one of my favorites. It's as good as it's going to get, although, let me see, I brought it with me today. Let me tell you when this thing was written. He brought this forth in 1993, and it's good. However, understanding is being heightened on the planet because we're going through a paradigm shift. And as I was looking through it this weekend, I thought, yeah, a lot of that's right. More correct than most of the material on angels, because most of the material puts an angel outside of you and different and perhaps better than you. They would be the first to say, no way. They're simply one. So the name of this book is simply called The Angels Within Us. And it was written by John Randolph Price. John did a lot of good work around that time. So I really salute him. You'll get a deeper sense. And I have a feeling It's still in print. If not, I'm sure you could find it on Amazon or something. Just don't go paying, $100 for an old copy. If it's meant to come to you, Shannon, it'll come easily and effortlessly.
Okay.
But I'm just going to open a page to see what a certain angel may have to say for you. Although each of us have a particular force field that's guarding us, there are angels, for example, that are guarding every city. Every city has an angel, every town, every state, every country. No country is exempt. So there's angels of waterways, there's angels of the ocean, there's angels of trees. I mean, they're legions of angels. And it's pretty remarkable. As you cultivate yourself in your inner eye, you could actually see rings of angels standing around you. You have that ability. I don't know why you haven't been tapped to take advantage of it yet. Well, maybe I'm the tapper today. Because you definitely have that advantage. So I'm just going to take a deep breath. You take a deep breath too. Okay. All right. Here's the angel that wants to be here for you right now. It's called the angel of victory and triumph. Is there something in your life that you're wanting to rise above?
Several things.
Okay, then write that guy's name down. They don't really have a sex. They're gender free, but in joking, write that guy's name down. So it's the angel of victory and triumph. And all you got to do is let that great being fight the battle or help you put the battle down. Your role is to know that it's already settled. You've won. And trust the divine process. And here's a very good visual for you. See yourself crossing a finish line with your arms raised. So that angel, it's huge. These are, what does he have? I think about 21 angels in here that would be like the angel of victory and triumph. And the angel of victory it's actually a universal law, and it diminishes opposition. When we're in a thinking process that, oh my gosh, maybe I won't succeed, I won't be victorious, I won't triumph, that's your ego, that's your thinking process. And it's actually a misuse of the thinking process, because if you'll put the thought down, the essence of you is the pure presence, which has already won. So it's moving you into dropping your old belief and understanding to, I've already won. There's victory here for me. And this particular force field, angelic force field, actually has a coded instruction: stand still. Stand still. It's almost a biblical thing. I'm not really a Bible belter, but it's more of a biblical thing that says, stand still, the victory is happening. And the object is to return to a place of serenity. The more serene you are, the more this force field will move the energy to your advantage. The energy that you would think is not helpful for you, or it's contentious, or it's sticky, it'll simply move it. I've seen with these angels, as you invoke them, there's the thing, you got to call. It's just, you had to phone in here. You have to you got to pick up the phone, whether it's the cosmic phone or this phone. We have to do that action, and then, your imagination is heightened. The problems become solved. You're going to become more steadfast in your thinking, Shannon. And you're going to feel a little bolder. all in a very constructive, good way.